Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mech Merlin's Porting with Ports. Tonight, we'll be porting the KBD19x, if you guys did not read the title of the screen. Check it out. This is the KBD19x. Just built it this past Saturday, not quite done, so won't be showing the finished product on stream. But this is, in fact, the PCB that we'll be working on tonight. But anyway, let's see who's on tonight. I see a Himari, a Homie Zone. Thanks, guys, for joining in. As usual, what is Merlin drinking? Let's see. If you guys execute the exclamation point drink command, you will see the available drinks. And as usual, I'm still trying to finish this guy right here. I have to cover my face so that the camera focuses on it. There we go. This is the 19 Crimes Snoop Dogg Cabernet. Check it out. Yeah. Here we go. Himaris has been watching the YouTube, but first time watching the stream. Awesome. Thanks for joining in. Ooh, let me turn on some music just to set the mood. Set the mood as I drink some Cabernet. Here we go. I think I'm almost done with this bottle, but I think I've got 2 more glasses left out of this. So we'll just leave this here for now. Look, glass one right there. DJ Sato says the last of the Snoop Dogg Cabernet because he executed the drink command. Cool. Himari says, didn't know you were from the PNW, so gotta rep locals. Yes, I'm from the PNW. I'm from Seattle, Washington. Yep. For an $11 bottle of wine, this is actually pretty good. It's sweeter than your usual Cabernet. I think that's because it's a cheaper wine. They usually try to mask the cheapness by making it sweeter. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Here, let's see if we can get a better look at it. Oh, my overhead's not even on. Hold on, let's see if we can fix that. So you guys can see I'm wearing the QMK shirt. There we go. Here we go. Check it out. That's a better look at it. Let's see. I just realized like my hat's not all the way up. It's probably from Trader Joe's. No, it's not. It's from Fred Meyer. Yeah, I usually drink port on stream, but I feel like I've gone through most of the ports that I can normally afford. Like, a lot of the ports on stream have been anywhere from $6 to about 45 bucks. Anything over there is like around 80, 100. So I'm like, nope, can't drink that on stream. Too pricey, but maybe one day. When I'm giving away key cults, that's when I will drink $80 to $100 bottles. Anyway, before we get started, I do want to cover some housekeeping. If you guys were tuned in on Sunday, I was experimenting with something new on stream. Channel points. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep track of who was using them, but just to give you guys an idea of what's available. Boom, here we go. We have a few channel point rewards now. We have hydrate for 200. Basically, just have me drink. Here, let me just show you the description. Make me take a sip of water or whatever non-alcoholic beverage I have currently. All that good stuff. Spoken word is something I've been doing lately. Basically, just reading typings.gg in a very dramatic voice. And then staff party. Staff party is basically, you know, showing off my magical keyboard staff right there. And weird flex. Yeah, I just couldn't think of anything quite yet. So maybe after the stream, you guys can help me out here. Basically, if you've somehow amassed 40,000 points, you can flex to the whole stream and say, I've got this. And after that, you've got an even weirder flex. That's when you have 80,000 points. And of course, the weirdest of flex is 200,000 points. Oh wait, do I have... Yep, that's the right amount of zeros. But yeah, that's it. I suspect most people will use either probably the first three. Oh, just as a quick note, hydrate is only for water or what non-alcoholic beverage I have right now. And I see Nuclear Monsters actually just triggered it. I unfortunately only have wine with me, so let me grab something that's not wine. Here, we'll do water. We'll do water. Since I can't really find anything else in the fridge at the moment. So here we go. Here we go, Nuclear Monsters. And S Snikeroni, thanks for following. Miko Kubota redeemed hydrate as well. Okay, I guess I'll just keep drinking water here. Don't get Preg says should do a stream where hydrate is only an alcohol beverage. That is unfortunately against Twitch's terms of service, so you can't do that. Slado says I want to spend points for you to lube blindfolded, make it cost like 100k. Lube blindfolded. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's yeah, let's go put that in. Let's go put that in. Homogeneo says, dude, just wanted to say thanks for inspiring me to work on more keyboards. Awesome. I'm glad you have been inspired. Spicy Banana and Miko both redeemed hydrate. All right, guess I'll just keep drinking water. Water's good. So not sure if you guys know, but when you drink red wine, or any kind of red wine really, to not feel... To not have a headache by the next morning, you typically want to drink 1 glass of wine to 1 glass of water. So as long as you keep them equal, you should be fine the next day, technically. Sato says stop waterboarding Merlin. Migram 11 redeemed hydrate. Okay. There we go. I took another sip of water and I'm already at like half the glass. All right. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's see. Who? Slado, I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. That is actually a very good reward to do. Not sure if I'll make it 100. Lube while blindfolded. And no, I will not solder while blindfolded, just because that's very crazy. Spicy Banana says, instructions unclear, only drinking water. Well, did you guys not read the description? Make me take a sip of water or whatever non-alcoholic beverage I have currently. There we go. Alright, anyway, tonight we will be porting the KBD19x into VIA. If you guys don't know what the KBD19x is, it is basically KBDFans' take on the 96 key layout. As you can see, the arrows are exploded out along with the numpad and the F row all the way there. The bottom row, you can do several different kinds of layout. This one's just the regular 1.251, 1.25, 6.25. And this right side is kind of weird. Look, it's 1.25. That's not really... I don't usually see that. Kind of weird, kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, this board when it first sold was around 290 bucks, and I guess there was a small discount for 285. One thing to note, I feel like these are one of KBDFans' older boards because the USB port is still a mini B. It's still a mini B. Here, let me actually show you this PCB right here. Boom. Here we go. Here we go. Check it out. Got RGB underglow. It's got the reset button right there. Atmega32U4 microcontroller and mini B. Mini B. Check it out. It does have indicator LEDs. You got caps lock, num lock, and scroll lock, just like that. And yeah, what else can I say about it? It's got no ESD protection. It's got RGB underglow. Looks like it's got backlighting as well, along with. I guess that must be the backlight chip. I've never seen one of those. Oh, I've never noticed one here before. Nuclear Monster says, kind of glad when PCB is mini B because it means I'll never buy it. Good point. Himari says, do you prefer mini B or USB-C? I prefer USB-C just because it's more symmetrical. It's an oval, or I guess it's an ellipse all the way around. It looks more aesthetic to me. And plus, most of my cables right now are all USB-C. Especially since I have a Galaxy S7 that also uses USB-C. Like, I feel like almost every peripheral that I have is USB-C. I, in fact, only have 2 mini B cables, specifically for boards like this. So yeah, this customer sent me his board to rebuild. This is the original PCB. It had ZLPC, I believe there were 67G Zelios. I swapped them out to Telios on a new PCB, and I noticed while I was testing the board that it didn't have VIA. So I'm like, looks like it's time to put this into VIA. Uh-oh, looks like my top camera kind of passed out. What happened? What happened, Mr. Camera? Here, let me see if that can be fixed. Turn it off. It's just frozen, perpetually frozen. Hold on. What happened to you? What happened to you, Mr. Camera? There we go. It looks like it's back. I don't know what happened. Sometimes that happens. There we go. We're back. We are back. Nuclear Monster says, USB-C can have some bad problems though, like the Rev 2 Gothic only works with USB-C to C in certain orientations. I wouldn't say that's necessarily the problem of USB-C, but rather it's a problem with whoever designed the PCB, just because it's funny. I think probably like last year or so, people were advertising C2C connectivity as if that's supposed to be a feature. That's just supposed to work, you know? Alright, let's say. How should we start this tonight? Let's start with the QMK Firmware portion. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Jordan Bannon says, I was just working on this myself. I couldn't get the damn map correct. Well, hopefully we can solve it together. Okay, let's see. How should I set this up? Let me grab my... Let's open up VS Code. VS Code, where are you? Code. Yeah, sometimes I notice that OBS doesn't do a good job in finding VS Code. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That is also not what I wanted. What's going on? Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Boom. Here we go, here we go. All right, okay. So, in order to get... Here, let's fix up the window size. Here we go. Okay. So whenever you're doing VIA, VIA comes in two portions. You need to implement VIA on the QMK firmware side, then you need to implement VIA on the VIA side. These are two different repositories, two different groups of people running it. So these are two pull requests. We will start with the QMK firmware portion first. What you guys are looking at right here, this is the layout macro for the KBD19x located in QMK firmware. This is most often or not your keyboards.h file. In our case, it's KBD19x.h. Yeah, let me just close that up right here. What you will need to do is actually no, let's not talk about that quite yet. Let's take a step back. Let's create the VIA firmware first. Here, let's do this. Creating the VIA firmware is as easy as creating a key map. So as you can see right now, there's only one key map. It's a default. So what I like to do is copy and paste that default key map and rename it VIA. And you're almost done. You're almost done. So let's take a look at what's in there. You see there's this key map right here with two layers. You got layer 0, layer 1, all that good stuff. You want to make this as clean as possible, so take out all of these unused routines, completely unneeded. And the thing about VIA is that VIA supports up to 4 layers. And if you don't actually define those layers like we have right here, we've only got 0 and 1, layers 0 and 1 defined. Those undefined layers will show up as all garbage, and you don't want that. So the trick to that is to define those layers, those extra layers, and just set them all to this 7 underscores thing that you guys are seeing here. We'll make sure it says 2. Gravy says, are you a developer outside keyboards? Yes, I am. Here we go. So let's just copy and paste this whole bunch so we don't have to manually type it out. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's completely empty as long as you define it. Otherwise, it'll just be filled with garbage values, like so. So now we have 3 layers. Let's copy and paste this last guy to make the 4th and final layer. Boom, we're good. Let's take out all of the unnecessary comments right here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then let's see what's next. What's in here? We don't need this file. Delete it. Delete. Delete. We don't need any of this. Delete. Okay, perfect. All right. So at this point, I just want to make sure that the key map actually compiles. So a couple of people have asked me before. Oh shoots, I'm on the wrong branch. Let me just change branches really quick so I don't screw things up. There we go. Good branch right now. Oh yeah, people were asking what my QMK dir command is because they don't have it. QMK dir is just an alias that I have that immediately CDs me into my QMK firmware. Just like so. Okay, so at this point, I just want to build this. KBDFans / KBD19x : VIA. If I did this correct, it should compile. Looks like it's compiling. We're good, we're good. And there we go, we're good, we're good. At this point, we still don't have VIA support in the firmware. So what you want to do next is add a new file called rules.mk. Rules.mk is where the magic happens, so to speak. And the magic is basically these 7 letters, via_enable, and you want to set it to yes. This is pretty much all that's required. An additional thing I like to add is LTO_enable equals yes. LTO stands for link time optimization. Basically makes your firmware file as small as possible. And this is good because boards such as these guys with the Atmega32U4 microcontroller, the EEPROM and the flash space is so small you can't really put too much on it. So you want to save as much as you can. Here we go. Here, let's go compile it again. Make sure I didn't screw up. Oh, it's gone. There it is. It's linking. And boom, we're good. The next thing that you want to look at is the config.h file. Right here. The config.h file basically tells you all of this information, such as the vendor ID, product ID, matrix row and column sizes, what pins are used, all that good stuff. What you want to pay attention to here is the vendor ID and product ID. This is how VIA differentiates between your board and everything else out there. It looks at its vendor ID and its product ID. So these have to be unique. They have to be unique within QMK and hopefully unique across the entire world, if I say so myself. Unfortunately, let's see. If you want this to be legit, like really legit, where you are the only person with that vendor ID and product ID, you need to cough up about $5,000 to $6,000 to the, I think it's the USB Federation or something like that. So the best we can do right now is just to make sure it doesn't conflict with anyone else within the QMK firmware code base. And we can also look online. Just to make sure it doesn't conflict with anyone else. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab an existing vendor ID from one of KBDFans' other boards, such as the, let's do his Rev1. KBD67 Rev1 uses 0x4B42. Rev2 is also 4B42. KBD75 is 4B42. Okay, good. We're using 4B42. So let's do that. 4B42. 4B42. So now we're saying this is the KBDFans vendor ID. Next up, we need to come up with a product ID that matches. Let's see, I bet if I just made it like 0191 for KBDX19 version 1, I think that should be sufficient. Like so. Here, just to be sure no one else has that. 0191. Okay, good. No one else within QMK Firmware uses that, so we're good. Everything else is just register values or whatever. Good. We're fine. We're fine at this point. Jordan Bannon says the inline git blame is pretty rad. Yeah, I use it quite a lot. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's go compile this again. Make sure everything works. And we'll actually flash it onto this board as well. Here we go. Where is that cable? There it goes. Okay, plug the board in. Plug the board in, press the reset button. Reset button's been pressed. And flash. Oh. I did not flash it. Hold on. There we go. Flash the board. It's linking. It's erasing the flash. Flashing. Success. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. There we go. As you can see. Oh, you guys can't really see. But another reason why the customer wanted me to swap out PCBs is because the RGB underglow is broken. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 that are working. And this guy right here, where my thumb is, he's kinda very dimly lit. Yeah, there we go. We now have a KBD19x with VIA enabled firmware. But of course, that alone is not gonna get VIA to work. So the next part is where I actually wanted to start. Let's go back to our keyboards.h file. This is KBD19x.h right here. The most standard one here between the layout all macro and the layout ANSI macro is layout ANSI. So we're just gonna focus on this guy right here. We're just gonna focus on the layout matrix. What we wanna do, here, let's see if I can do this. What we wanna do is after we've scrolled to this page right here, you next want to go to KLE, Keyboard Layout Editor, and create a layout that most closely matches it. In this case, it's this one right here. Essentially what I've done is gone to QMK Configurator, picked KBD19x, select the layout ANSI one, looked at this right here, and replicated it in KLE. You may be wondering, what are these numbers that are scattered all around? All of these numbers are basically just remaps of whatever is in keyboard.h. These number pairs right here, the first number is the row number and the second number is the column number. So if we were to look at this guy right here, or let's go look at backspace. Backspace is listed as 1,14. 1,14 stands for row 1, column 14. So what we want to do is take all of this. See, if we go back to VS Code, layout ANSI, 014 is the backspace. Right there. K1E, 114, right? So we're basically just gonna essentially copy this entire physical matrix, but instead of having it like pseudo alphabetical A, B, C, D, E, or I guess that's pseudo hexadecimal, we're just gonna keep it all in decimal. So here, I'll probably do part of this off screen because it's hard to show both screens at the same time. But just know that I am referring to this part while I am creating this. So I did kind of cheat here already. As you can see, I've got row 0, 1, and 5 all populated already. All that's really missing are these center alpha rows. I've even got all of the num row done. So here we go. We're just gonna go through this. Let's see, it goes from 2-0 all the way till 10, 11, 12. Okay. 1, 2. The next like 10, 15 minutes is basically just watching me count. Yeah, ideally when I have time, I'd like to write a script just to convert all this. But writing a script and talking about how the script works isn't as, what do you call that, pedantic, I guess. When you're watching me do this, you're like, oh, Merlin's basically just copying whatever is in the physical matrix. You guys can follow along. Oops, not like that. Goes to 212, 10, 11, 12. Hold on. 2, 12, 10, 11, 12. Uh-oh. Did I miss something here? I did miss something. I'm off by 1. Off by 1. That's why everything looked wrong. Slato says, anyone who dives into custom firmware will realize very soon it's not as easy as just CPing everything. Well, kinda. If you've seen what I've been doing up till now, it's really just been copy pasting and like counting. Before, if you watch some of my earlier streams, I used to do coding. These days, it's really just counting. Counting and making sure I've got the right number of spaces here and there. We have come a long way. Goes 11, 12, and then it jumps to 14, like so. All right, we've got these last 2 rows to do. Let's see, 3, 0 goes from 3, 0, and it jumps to 3, 2. Okay. And then it goes all the way till 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Okay. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 14, perfect. And we are on the final row, this left shift row right here. It goes 4, 0, 4, 2, 4, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, also 14. Oh, I pressed 2 one too many times. Good stuff. Yeah, I cheated this time around just because this board is so big. I did not want to spend like half an hour doing this. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 14. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Okay, so one thing we want to do here is add some color. This is actually one of VIA's requirements. So all the mods have to be one color, all the alphas have to be one color, and all the accents have to be one color. And since the default colorway for VIA is Olivia, we should probably follow that. And I always forget. GMK Olivia, how does it go? Here, let's look up there. There we go, that's a good one. So it goes, it's alpha colored first and then mod colored. We can do that. That's quick. Highlight all the mods. There we go. And these guys I think are, there we go. Make them all like that. And then all the accents. That's an accent, that's an accent. There we go. Looks good. And we're almost there. We are almost there. The next thing we want to do is to actually configure all the potential layouts. If you guys go back to QMK Configurator, like this, you'll see that the way that QMK Configurator does it is after you select your keyboard, you have to pick a layout. So on boards such as the DZ60, this gets confusing, right? You pick DZ60, you have so many different layouts. So let's pick layout 60 ANSI split, like that. ANSI split is basically just your typical 60 ANSI, but with split spacebar. Then you get to here and you're like, okay, what if I also want split left shift? And you try to go through all of this and you're like, wait, I can't find it. I can't find one. Oh, there we go. Is that a good one? It's got a split left shift. Oh wait, it's ISO. Darn it, can't use that one. Also doesn't have split spacebar. Let's keep looking. Like, this could take you a while, and honestly, like, the solution is to just pick one that seems to work for most cases. It's really confusing. It's really confusing. VIA is a lot better because instead of choosing a different layout, you can actually change the layout per key. Jordan says, how at the code level does the color stuff work? You can't actually change it. It can really be any color, if I remember correctly, as long as they're different. But you don't actually have control as to what color it is. Here we go. Okay. Let's go back here. All right. No, actually, no. Let's go back to the KBD website. Let's look at all the available layouts. See? Looks like you have your choice of backspace being split. You've got your choice of ANSI or ISO. You can split either of these keys on the numpad. You can also do left shift. You can also do different space bars. So I'm glad that they colored it in this way. So think about these as different groups, right? You've got the gray group, which represents the backspace. You've got the pink group, which represents the enter keys. You've got the green one that represents this, what's usually up there, addition symbol on the numpad. You've got the purple group that represents the enter of the numpad. Then you've got this orange group, and you've also got this light blue group. We want to show this as well in the KLE. Okay, so in this case, let's start with the very first group. The way Wilbo wants us to organize it is we want to go from top, down, left, right, just like when you're reading English. So that means the very first group is going to be the backspace. So for backspace, let's start at group 0. So group 0, and since this is the base layout, it's comma option 0, 0, 0. Let's see. Let's actually give ourselves some room here so we can move this whole guy down. Did you get them all? Yep, I got them all. There we go. TL Technique says, hi Merlin, hey man, are you still here in the Pacific Northwest? Alright, so now we have the backspace group. So let's make sure it's part of the same group by calling it group 0. And since this is a different option, let's increment the option by 1. 0, 1, just like that. And yeah, you want to put all of these group stuff in the bottom right hand corner. Next up, we want to figure out what these keys are. So one of them is going to be 114. The best way to do that is to actually look at VS Code again. Here we go. You're not going to see that in the ANSI layout, but you'll see it here in the layout all. And you'll see that those keys are 1D and 1E. Easy peasy. So this guy is 114 and this guy is 113. You have now created your very first group. The next group is going to be, let's see, what's the next one down from there, I guess. Left to right would really be the ANSI. Or, sorry, not the ANSI, but the enter key. So here we go. Let's call this group 1. 1, 0. And notice how I selected not just the enter key, but also all the keys that would fit the ISO enter. There you go, let's do this. Let's add a ISO enter key, and let's add that 1 key right there. Like so. Let's just position it correctly. Also, let's color it in. Key color. Like so. Good stuff. And it's part of group 1, option 1. Just push it off to the side here. Push it off to the side. Boom. Like so. And once again, we need to figure out what keys those are, which in this case might be more difficult. So the best way to do this, in my opinion, is to use a multimeter. So from my experience of doing this for a very long time, usually the ISO enter is going to be the same key as the ANSI enter. So that's going to be a 314. And this key right here is going to be 313. But, you know, don't know. Don't know for sure until we test it. So let's do that really quick. Let me just do that really quick here. Yep, that just confirmed it, that this guy is the same key as the ANSI enter. And let's see, this guy right here is, we'll have to do a little bit more work there. Probably figure out what row it is. I'm willing to bet it's at least part of the same row. I won't know for sure. Yeah, so usually when I do this, I like to have an ATmega32U4 pinout diagram. If I can figure it out. There we go. Come on. Okay, that's the second pin. Let me just open one up. That would make it the... come on. Second pin would put it as the C7. Let me just look at the code, what the C7 is. The C7 is... is row 7. Interesting. Okay. That was unexpected. Row 7. And then we have to figure out this guy next. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, it's pretty difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that would be F4. It's 2. It's 7, 2. Row 7, column 2. Whew. Okay, we got it. Row 7, column 2. Let's go back to our KLE. That was unexpected. That is completely different from anything else that we have here. Row 7, column 2. Okay, I guess we'll test this once we're in VIA. But okay, there we go. Got that. Jordan says maybe this is where I messed it all up. Dude, if you don't do this like very, very carefully, you will mess it up. Even with me doing it as often as I do it, I mess up quite a lot actually, especially because I'm drinking. Goonie says FR4 versus POM. Both are good materials. All right, the next group that we want is this addition key right here. So that guy gets to be split. We want him group 2, like so. And then next we want 2 keys, one on top of another, like so. And since I know what's coming, I'm just gonna make another one. Jordan says, my board is built. Having a bare PCB helps. Yeah. There we go. Let's do that. And this guy's gonna be group 2. Oh, oops. Selected too many of them. We want group 2, option 1. Like so. And yeah. I'm just actually gonna look at the keyboards.h file because I don't really want to have to prod at this again. Here we go. This guy is going to be 218 and 318. Easy peasy. 218 and 318. And I'm just gonna populate these bottom ones too. They're gonna be 418 and 518. Okay, we're good. All right, so following Wilbus top down, left, right, the next group is actually going to be the left shift key. And then the one after that is going to be this guy right here, the one that we just did. So that would be 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's just finish this side up. That's group 3, option 0. These guys are group 3, option 1. There we go. Okay. Now we want to do this side. Okay, so this is where it gets a little tricky. Tools. I want to select all. Can I not select all? Can we just highlight it all? Does that do it? For the most part. Here, we're just gonna move everything to the right to make room for that left shift. Okay, so since this is a split left shift, we want it to be 1.25. And as I was saying, we want this to be group 2. The base layout is group 2 option 0, and the new guy is 2 option 1. We're looking at our layout macro again, and we know that that's 4.0 and 4.1. There we go. And finally, we are at the last group. This is going to be group 4. Group 4, option 0. I'm just going to copy and paste all this. How many times? 2 times. Copy, paste, paste. Oops. Okay, and let's see. The first one was 1.2, 1.2, 6U spacebar. Easy. 6U spacebar. This guy's 1.25. Great. We're good there. Next one is 1.5 on both sides and a 7U. One 1.5, 1.5, and this one's a 7U. This guy's going to be 1.5 and 1.5. Okay. This guy will be also part of group 4, but option 1. Next one is also part of group 4, but option 2, just like that. Let's see, Big Earn says pleb here, but isn't plus symbol and left shift both labeled group 2? Oh, did I screw that up? No, I did not. Oh wait, I did. Here it is, this group 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. Ah, I screwed it up. 2, 1. This is actually supposed to be 3, 1. Off by 1. One of the most major errors in programming. And this guy is 4. See, Big Earn, you don't need any coding to know how to count. 4, 1. Okay, and this last guy, 5, 0, 5, 1, and 5, 2. Oops, 5, 2. There we go. We are good. let's see, just a quick sanity check. First group is group 0, 0 option 1. Next group is ANSI 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, good. At this point, I'm just going to save this so I don't lose it. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so at this point, we have almost finished our via.json file. And what do I mean about the via.json file? If you go to caniusevia.com and click on docs right here, the first item that it will tell you is a specification. This is the specification of the JSON file, which you will need to craft, which what we're doing right now, and this is what you will need to submit to VIA. This JSON file requires a couple properties such as the name of the board, its vendor and product ID so that VIA can detect your board, any lighting if any, and matrix size, all that good stuff, and the layout. Using keyboard layout editor, we've actually already crafted the layout, so we will get to that in just a bit. Right now I'm just going to change the repos really quick. Let me just open up another. Just updating the VIA source files. You guys are curious what keyboard I'm using. This is the Holy Switch Southpaw 75 with Gateron yellows. What should I call this? This is the KBD19x. There we go. Let's do this. Okay. There we go. Alright, sorry that took a while, but here we go. This is a completely different repo. This is the VIA repo, and within it, you've got this directory called source. Since we already have quite a few keyboards that are in KBDFans, it is to your benefit to look for the KBDFans directory, which is, there we go, KBDFans, and create a new directory in here called KBD19x, like so. Within the KBD19x directory, create a new file called KBD19x.json. And because I am lazy and don't really like to type out an entire JSON file, I just want to go somewhere that's already been crafted and just copy and paste it. Boom, like that. And just edit it. Just edit it. First thing you want to do is remove the key map section here, since it's going to be completely different. Take that out. Let's call this the KBD19x. Like so. Vendor ID is still the same. There we go. The difference here is this one actually has that form of lighting. So I'll copy and paste that. And the matrix size. The matrix size is different. The matrix size for the KBD19x is actually 8 rows by 13 columns. So let's just modify that. 8 by 13. There we go. And this is where the keyboard layout editor comes in. We want to go back to our KLE right here and go to raw data. Don't copy the raw data. In fact, just do download.json. Open it up. Open it up. Let me just... There we go. If you open it up, it will have all this information in .json format. Just copy and paste it in there. Boom. And you're almost done. And you're almost done. We still need to factor in all of the different groups that we did. So the way you want to do that is, let's pick... Here. Let's copy this. Let's copy this section. Actually, no, we just need everything from labels and over. Okay. So in here, we want to put in all the different groups that we had. Since I just copy and pasted this is going to be completely wrong. You'll also notice that it's listed differently. In some cases, it's just the group name followed by a comma, and in some cases, it's an entire array. The difference being is that if you just list it like this, like split backspace ISO enter, it shows up as a toggle button, one or the other. If you list it out like this, the very first item in the array will be the label, and the following 3 or so will be what you can, it's what shows up in the drop down menu. So in our case, we have 5 different groups. The first one's gonna be split backspace, yes or no, ISO enter, split left shift. So most of this is actually correct. Let's just make sure. After ISO enter, we actually have split addition key, and then it goes to split left shift, and then it goes to split numpad enter. Split numpad addition here. There we go. And then after that, let's actually call it bottom row, because we're not just modifying the spacebar, we're modifying the entire bottom row here. Let's see. What's here? Let me ask you guys instead, since you're all here anyway. Centarius 101 has followed. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Here we go, guys. I need help. What is a good description to describe each of these 3 bottom row configurations? What should we call these? Should I call the top one standard? It's not exactly standard. Then the bottom row is... What would this be? HHKB maybe? Then the bottom, I think the very bottom one, option 2, can simply be called 7U. What do you guys think? Matthew Diaz says by spacebar size. Oh, you're right. Because the first one's 6.25, middle one is 6, and the last one is 7. Okay, we can do it that way. That makes more sense. That makes excellent sense, actually. So bottom row 6.25 U, 6U, and then 7U. Perfect. 7U. Okay, perfect. All right, at this point, we should be done with our JSON, but we do need to check this. And the way to check this is actually in VIA. So let's open that up. Here we go. If you have your VIA app opened up, you want to go into settings. And if you don't have a design tab like I do here, click show design tab, change that toggle button so that you see it. Click on the design tab, click on load, and load the JSON file that you just created. In our case, it will be the KBD19x.json. And if all is well, once you open it up, it should look exactly like your KLE. Well, not exactly, but the base layout should. Oh, look at that. Enter the following keys. Reference a row or column outside of dimension defined in the matrix property. Uh-oh. Something's wrong here. What did I do wrong? What did Merlin do wrong? Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why. Say rows are 8 by 13. Is that correct? Should be correct. Oh wait, I think I just realized something. Oh my god. I just realized something of how this is labeled. Holy crap. Holy crap, hold on. Let me formulate my thoughts before I explain what's wrong. Oh my god. Okay. Here we go. Oof. Big oof. Let's do this really quick. Here we go. Okay. Let me explain what just happened, guys. Here we go. If you look at your config.h is where you define everything here. By everything, I mean how big your switch matrix is and what pins are used. So over here, it's telling me that the firmware uses 8 rows, and you can confirm that. There are 8 of them. There are 8 pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. And 13 columns. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All is well and good there, right? Then when you get to your keyboards.h file, which is kbd19x.h here, you use that information, that 8 by 13, and you want to construct your electrical matrix, which is this bottom part in the layout macro. So it's fairly straightforward. You go from row 0 all the way to column 12, row 0 to column 12, and you do this 8 times, right? Look at what happened here. After this row, he starts messing around. That is no longer in order. And even over here, he jumps from 5.1, 5.2, 5E, 5F, 5.9. That is all over the place. Holy crap. Oh god. Yeah, that's not fun. Okay, well, the night is still young, and I will pour myself another glass of wine, and maybe we can rectify this. It's gonna take a while, but let's fix this up. This is totally something I should have checked before doing the rest of the port. But this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. How he chose to label it. I'm willing to bet that whoever did this may have not completely understood the different keys in a switch matrix. Okay, here. So let's just follow along where he screwed up. Let's do our counting. Here, we're only gonna work on the layout ANSI macro. So 0, 0 is everything 0 on the row, good. Is everything going up? 4. Holy crap. Okay. Okay, who did this? JShuff from 2 years ago. Who is JShuff? Why would you do this? Why would you do it this way? Okay. We are going to do... Oh my god. That is freaking annoying. My multimeter just beeped at me, telling me that I need to turn it off. Okay. Shoots. We're gonna do a find and replace here. Essentially, I want to change every instance of K09 to K05. That should be fairly easy. K09, change it to K05, like so. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure there is already a previous K05. So let's find out if that exists. Yep, there is already a previous K05, which screws up. Why? Why would you do this? My god. This is frustrating. Okay, I'm just going to think about this a little harder. Let's revert our last 4 changes. Okay, looks like we're good to go again. There should only be 4 instances of K05. Okay, good. Oh, shoot. Let's start with K05. That's what we should start at. All instances of K05 should be replaced with K60. Okay, good. There we go. I just replaced all instances of K05 with K60. I'm annoyed, guys. I'm really annoyed right now. Okay, so now that we have that in place, we can actually change... Let's look for K1E. K1E, okay. K1E can probably be changed to K71. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Can change K1E to K71. Wait, why are there 6 instances of K1E? Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. We just replaced K1E with K71. Okay. Oh, perfect. That's another one. We can replace K0E with K72. Okay, this is gonna be easier. Jordan says, sorry for your suffering. Glad you found an issue. I feel less stupid now. K2E replaced with K73. Then K4E is going to be changed with K74, so forth and so on. Okay. And now we start getting confused again with the K37 right there. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Replace K37 with K75. Replace K38 with K76. Replace 39 with K77. K45 with K78. K46 with K79. K47 with K7A. K48 with K7B. Okay. Whew. Okay, we've got that entire bottom row of the matrix taken care of. Man, this is annoying. This is hella annoying. Jordan Bannon says, when you're done, would you mind giving a gist of what the issue is? Okay, so the issue is this. Listen closely. In config.h, on lines 44 and 45, you have these pound defines, matrix row, and matrix pins, right? Their size, the size of these arrays are bounded by what you put in matrix rows. You want 8 rows and 13 columns. This means 8 pins and 13 column pins like this. So if you count these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8, and this one should be 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go, 8 and 13. 8 and 13 is also the size of your electrical matrix. This is your electrical matrix right here. That it needs to have 8 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 13 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right? 8 by 13. So technically speaking, this is just a matrix, right? You can really rename all of these anything you want. Like if you watch my latest porting with ports video on YouTube, I mentioned you can name this K00 through the number of switches your board has. You can put GMK Merlin in here, GMK Merlin, like so. You can really name this any way, in any which way you want. And you know how, like if you were to name this by your favorite key sets, it's not gonna really be helpful for you when you're creating the via JSON, or when you're trying to JSON, or like when you're trying to debug like a broken switch leg or something like that. So what I recommend is to name this with K, which stands for key, followed by the row number, followed by the column number, so that it matches its location in the matrix. So for example, this guy right here, K14, this is K row 1, row 4. It is located in row 1, column 4 of this matrix. And it is also using the pin located at row 1 and the pin located at column 4, which is, where's that config file? Row 1, B3, F6. See, it's a lot easier to find these things if you name them correctly. JShuff or whoever did this put in a numbering system that doesn't make sense at all. So what I'm doing is I am converting it to the numbering system that I recommend, and which has been implemented almost universally across QMK firmware. So next up, we need to do this next row. Okay, K61 is not taken. That's great. I can replace 06 with K61. Kai the Righteous says, my Tofu 60 comes in tomorrow. QMK videos seem pretty daunting. So what I'm doing here is not something you would need to do as an end user. This is only something if you want to join in on porting every board into QMK. Like once I get VIA on this, it's really just a matter of making sure your board has a VIA enabled firmware file and making sure that you downloaded VIA. Once you have those two in place, just plug in your board. Like for example, here, let me give an example. See, I've got VIA opened up right now, and the board in front of me, this guy right here, is the Southpaw. When I go to configure, there's the board. I can configure it any which way I want. See, when I unplug the board, the VIA says searching for devices, but once I plug it back in, sometimes it takes a while, so just a few cycles. There you go, it's loading. Detects it automatically, like that. There we go. So here we go. Let's continue with what I'm doing here. Okay, the next key that I'm converting is K07. Let's change K07 to K62. Let's change K08 to K63. Actually, let's make sure K63 is not taken anywhere. Okay, nothing on the 6 is taken, so that's great. So let's convert K08 to K63. Let's convert K15 to K64. K16 to K65. Yeah, so this is not typical of a port. This is me fixing someone else's port. You know, the name Jshoof is very familiar. I think he's actually here in Seattle, Jordan. Alright, K26 will be 69. Seven will be 6A. 28 will be 6B. 36 will be 6C. Okay. Let's see. Let's move on to row 5. I'm gonna save my work first so I don't lose anything here. 5, 3. 5F is 5, 4. Five, 9 is actually 5, 5. 5A is actually 5, 6. D is 5, 8. Oh, shoots. Crap. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, good. I'm just gonna commit my code at this point, just because stuff starts to get really confusing. First pass at fixing the key labeling. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good. Man. I think at this point I can't just go through row by row anymore. I actually need to do single switch by single switch, which is going to be terrible. Let's try this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C. KOI can be KOC. That's what I'll do. We'll start there. We'll work backwards. KOH can be KOB. KOG can be KOA. Perfect. KOF can be KO9. Oh no, wait, because there's already a KO9. This is where we have to be careful. Oh my god. Super annoying. Okay. We can do the last 3 parts of each array. It's the best we can do right now. K1I is K1C. K2I is K2C. K3I is K3C. Okay, we're good. We're doing good. K4I is K4C. Okay. And K5I is K5C. Okay. Whew. We're getting there. We're getting there. K1H is K1B. K2H is K2B. K3H is K3B. 4H is 4B. 5H is 5B. And I think we're good. We gotta do the G's now. K1G is K1A. 2G is 2A. 3G is 3A. 4G is 4A. 5G is 5A. Okay, okay. Let's check that in one more time. It's very delicate work right here. Actually, let's see if it compiles. Hold on. I screwed that up. Make KBDFans / KBD19x : via. That should compile. Of course. Duplicate macro K0A. Excellent. Shoots. Well, crap. It's that last bit. Okay. Let's just undo this last bit and we'll call it good. No, wait, I did that on the last pass. You know what? I'm gonna look at an old one. This is so annoying. I'm really annoyed right now, guys. There, let's just do that. Let's just do that for now. Let's look at what needs to change. KBD19x. Okay, good. Good. Let's try that again. This time I know. Okay, there we go. Basically, I replaced column I with column C, and it's compiling perfect. Check that in. It's so annoying. Oh wait, did I not save it? I did not save it. There we go. Let's try that command again. Duplicate. Oh my gosh, there are duplicates K0C as well? What in the world? Annoying. Annoying as hell. I have to be creative in my replacements. There's no K5C. Okay, so at the very least I can replace K5I with K5C. Okay, good. Double check. Okay, great. Can't really go much further than that. How about K4C? Does that exist? Yep, K4C exists. K3C exists. 2C exists. 1C exists. Okay. How about... How about K5B? Yep, K5B also exists. Okay. Holy crap. Not fun. Not fun at all. How can I do a replacement of this very easily? I'm going to replace the KOC first. KOC is supposed to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Replace KOC with KO8. That's what we got to do. Good. And then I can replace KOI with KOC. Whew, was not expecting to have to do this tonight, guys. But it is what it is. Let's build it again. Jordan says, can't wait for the first meetup. Only ever been to the Texas meetups. I've only been to one Texas meetup. I went to the Austin meetup in 2018, I believe. That's where I first met Dixie Mac before he became Dixie Mac, actually. All right, we've got that done. How about let's look for K1C. K1C is actually supposed to be 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8. K1C is supposed to be 1, 8. Let's replace that. So now K1I can be replaced with K1C. There we go. Slowly but surely. K2I is supposed to be 2C. 2C is 2.8. There we go. And now 2I can be replaced with 2C. Okay. Just keep track of progress here. I think our matrix is going to look completely different from how I laid it out earlier. Sigh. It is what it is. Right, K3I is K3C. And then K3C is supposed to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. K37. But is there a K37? Nope. There is no K37, so we can replace that like so. Then K3I is now 3C. Yay, getting a lot closer actually. Okay. Next guy we want to change is the 4i. 4i should be 4c. And currently 4c is listed as, it should be 4.8. Now 4i should be 4c. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's fix this. Second pass. Second pass of fixing key labeling. There we go. Okay. Where are we in this? We're getting much closer to fixing this stupid matrix. KOH would be KOB. Is KOB in use? Yes, KOB is in use. KOB should actually be 4, 5, 6, 7. KOB should be KO7. And KOH should be KOB. There we go. K1H should be K1B. And K1B should actually be K17. Oops, that's not what I wanted. K1B should be K17. Change them all. K1B. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, this is hella annoying. B should actually be 27. B is actually 3-6. Okay. 3B is 3-6, so now 3H can be 3B. Oh man. That's probably one of the most annoying ports that I've ever had to do. K4B is actually K47. K5B is actually K57. And K5H is K5B. Okay. All right. How far are we here? Still a long ways off, because of the nature of the work here. It's probably going to take me a lot longer, but I will work on this for the next 10 minutes. 10, 5, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but all in all, it would probably take me at least another hour to do this, and I don't want to do that. Nuclear Monster says, WorldSpawn said the Gothic 70 would be awful to port. Well, okay, so the thing is, in this case, it's almost easier to do this from the ground up rather than trying to fix what he's got. But since I'm already halfway in, might as well keep fixing. K0A is actually 456. K0A is actually K06. WorldSpawn got really angry when asked to go through the PR checklist. Well, you know it's an open source repo, but there are still standards that we have to maintain. Otherwise, it's going to be the Wild West out there. Imagine if everyone had a different labeling here. Like, okay, it's fine if you have a different labeling, but just make sure the labeling makes sense. Zark, I would love to see someone get the entire porting process correct, but instead of my usual K row column, they named it after key sets, and they got it completely correct. Yeah, it would be interesting to see if like someone did that, or like you would name it after your favorite movies. See, Walter Disney says, I'm kind of new to the full custom keyboard community. How does this work? Is it just mapping signals from the keyboard or what? Kinda. If you want to know how this thing here works, layout macro, I released, I believe it's episode 4 on YouTube on my channel, Mech Merlin. It will explain how everything here works. And this guy who ported the KBD19x has his own unique numbering. I don't think he actually created like a numbering system that worked, but rather he just found something that worked. Oh, Zark says, well, we need to look at deprecating anything K question mark with cattle, because some of the higher pin count ARM chips have GPIO-K and the K13. That is very true. Yeah, we can't. Well, I'm fine with the capital, I guess, just as long as it's sequential, because we already do like K0 through 9 followed by 0 through 9, and then after the 9 it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G all the way till Z. But it does make more sense to use numbers, like regular integers. Okay, so right now I'm stuck on, I have to convert all the 0Gs to 0As. Okay. And just for sanity's sake, I'm gonna try and recompile here. Current thought is to use Q as a prefix. Ah, that could be done as well. Git add here. Let's do this. I should probably join in on some of those meetings, huh? Third pass of this key naming. Oh, what happened there? What the heck did I do? What? Oh, okay. I see what happened. Yeah, I think that should be good. That's good, that's good. There we go. WR4 Thigh tipping with 4 bits. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Sark says, what meetings? IME your you says, hey there, man. How are you doing tonight? Tonight, I am a little bit frustrated because I'm having to fix someone's port. And it's going to take a while for me to do so. I had a... Well, the port's done correctly. Just the labeling made it completely hard to decipher. And because of that, I completely screwed up my VIA supporting. So right now I'm trying to convert his to something that I can understand. And I still have probably 40 keys more to change. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Let's see. 2G is 2C. 2C is... Wait, no. 2G is 2A. See, I'm already getting confused. 2A should actually be converted to 2.6. Let's convert that. Perfect. And then 2G can be converted to 2A. Perfect. Okay, well, I know I'm not really excited to keep doing this anymore. I did say I was going to do this for 10 more minutes, and 10 minutes have already passed. So, okay, just to recap what happened. Just to recap what happened here. Here we go. Here we go. I was creating, basically, the KLE in order to put KBD19x into VIA. And the way you create this is you take all this information. These numbers that you're seeing here, K05, 06, 07, this stands for row number and column number. So you extract all of this information from the keyboards.h file. And this only works if all of these keys are labeled by their position in the electrical matrix. That's the only time this will work. And in this case, whoever made this port seems to have created some kind of weird numbering. Like, for example, look here, right here. This is row 0 of the electrical matrix. They go K00, so that's K row 0, column 0. That's correct. K01 is row 0, column 1. Also correct. 02, correct. 03, 04. Next one should be 05. But no, they jumped to 09. So at this point, I've already started to fix it up a little bit more. So it's starting to look more correct. But at this point, I still have quite a few more rows, quite a few more columns to fix before this is all done. And once I fix that up, I then have to go back and fix this guy up. But until then, I'm not going to be able to do this, so I'll probably fix this up off screen, because technically this is going to take another hour of my time of just doing the same thing, and I could use some focus time rather than chatting with you lovely people. As lovely as you guys are, in order to fix this, I think I'm going to need probably less alcohol and less talking. Alright guys, well, thanks for joining in. It looks like Oh, that's weird. Like my hat was folded down half the stream. Alright guys, well thanks for joining in. Fortunately, this is probably the third port that hasn't gone to planned on the stream, but this is good. This is good. This shows what happens when things go wrong. If you do want to catch more of these ports, definitely watch the actual series that's currently ongoing on YouTube. Next episode will actually pop out tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. Funny thing is, tomorrow's episode is going to talk about exactly what I'm doing here. So if you got confused in the last 2 hours or so, tomorrow's video is only 6 minutes. And I personally feel it explains the situation a lot better than what I just did. So check that out tomorrow if you're interested. Anyway, hope you guys have a good rest of your evening and a good rest of your week. And I will catch you maybe this Thursday, maybe this Saturday. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I will announce it on my Discord server. Alright guys, hope you have a good week. Ciao.